5 ways your face may warn you of a vitamin deficiency. A vitamin deficiency in your body can be seen in your face through a series of symptoms that you can easily detect. With correct diet and balance, it's possible to prevent symptoms or issues. However, if you suspect that your skin could use an improvement, it's best to increase your intake of necessary fluids according to what your body is telling you. If it does not get better, ask your doctor about other possible causes of vitamin deficiency. If you think you can improve an aspect of your face, pay attention to these signs, because your face might say something about your health. 1. Very pale skin. If you have very pale skin and it's not normally like that, you may have a lack of vitamin B12. When you lack this vitamin, you may feel depressed and tired. When you have very low levels of this vitamin, it also creates an accumulation of amino acids in the body. This can create damage in the arteries and increase the risk of the obstruction of blood vessels. This can be especially dangerous for people with circulation and heart problems. Solution: to increase the level of B12 in your body, consume more meat and seafood in your diet. To calm a dry and fragile hair caused by vitamin deficiency. If you have hair that is dry and fragile, or that produces dandruff, it can be a result of a lack of biotin, also known as B7. This deficit is usually caused after taking antibiotics. Vitamin B7 is produced inside of our bodies through intestinal bacteria. It can often produce a sufficient amount to fulfill its necessities, but sometimes this doesn't occur. Solution: to increase the level of vitamin B7, you have to increase your intake of meat, fish, vegetables, fruits, mushrooms, beans. If you're following a diet, you will have to stop for a while. Also, omega-3 fatty acids can be a great help with this. They increase the production of elastin, which prevents hair from becoming dry and gives it a better shine. It's a fatty acid that also intervenes in the formation of the retina. Because of this, it's good for your eye health and also helps with the correct functioning of your immune system. To ensure that you're getting sufficient amounts of omega-3, increase your intake of walnuts and bluefish. 3. Swollen eyes. If you notice that your eyes have become swollen, more than around the edges, it could be a result of a lack of iodine. Solution: increase your intake of foods rich in this mineral, like seafood, lobster, shrimp, seaweed, dairy products, bread, iodized salt, or pale lips. If you have pale lips, it might be due to a lack of iron, which is commonly known as anemia. Other symptoms of anemia include getting cold often and having low blood pressure. However, The most common symptom from a lack of iron that can turn into anemia is tiredness. Anemia comes about when there is not a sufficient amount of hemoglobin in the blood. Hemoglobin is a protein rich in iron that is found inside red blood cells and that transports oxygen throughout the body. Solution: to increase your iron levels, eat more red meat and temporarily eliminate foods that have a lot of calcium. Calcium can make the absorption of iron more difficult and reduce its benefits. 5. Bloody gums. If your gums bleed a lot, it may be because you lack vitamin C in your body. You have to be very careful with this, as it could result in a debilitated immune system. It can also cause pain in muscles and bones, problems with your teeth. Solution: remember that vitamin C is found in citric fruits and red peppers, among other foods. Dairy products are also beneficial since they help diminish acidity levels that can be harmful to the mouth.